4200 or diamondformulas.com.
We're back, the weekend edition of the PM Show on CRN Digital Talk Radio. Once again, your host, Fred Dreyer.
You know, Barry has the best machinery. We've always talked about that. I call it the great grinding wheel. Institutionalized propaganda here in America. The delivery system that puts America to sleep every single waking moment of 24 hours, 7 days a week, 30 days a month, 12 months out of the year, every year, for all time. It's the best in the world. It's the best there ever has been, and it's commercially supported too. Think of all the advertising dollars, you know, that's spent on network TV, Mike.
A lot of money.
They give truth to everything that emanates from television, everything that comes from the newspapers, print ads, everything that comes in the sound bites, everything that comes from television shows, from news shows. If it's commercially sponsored, then it gives tremendous credence to people. You know, they have the machinery. They've got it. Well, what do we have? Fox. Okay, we got Fox. All right, that's great. It is great. You know, The Big Lie, brought to you by Ford. Ford builds tough trucks. You know, I mean, and that's what it is. You know, we're not selling a universal doctrine of peace and friendship. By God, it's a cookbook, brought to you by Betty Crocker. You know, what you wind up getting is the left is so smart in how they brand their message. It's complete lies. Complete lies. And you know something? America, half of America believes it. Half of America, as I've said, unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, we all can't be, we have to step up and face the fact that some of our children are stupid. Just plain old stupid. And that's what we have. I'm afraid to say it. We have a huge portion of this American pie that is rotten. It's got thumbprints sticking all through it. And you have people in this country who are uneducated, stupid, lazy-brained, emotional. And they've already made a decision on themselves. There's like about 23% of the people in this country have decided, I don't have an education. I don't own my home. I have to rent rent my home. I got to lease or rent a car. I got maybe a jalopy that's worth $2,200 that runs sometimes, and I'm never going to have anything. So the only thing I can invest in is vote for a guy who takes money away from the guy across the street that runs the liquor store. That's what I want to do. I want to get that guy, and the guy down there runs a flower shop, and the guy runs the Ralph's down the street here. I want those guys to pay my way, and it's working. That message resonates in America. You know, I mean, I always say this. My mother and my father, God bless them, they're in a better place. My dad especially, boy, he was something. He was something. He'd be 98 right now, and I got to tell you something. He'd be in jail for murder. I know my dad. He would. He'd flatten somebody.
Yeah, he would flatten somebody.
He would not tolerate this. You know, World War II, South Pacific destroyer, you know, fighting the Japs, jumping in the water, climbing up on a rope, jumping in the water, climb up on the rope, you know, the whole deal, you know, hold your fingers in your ears, shoot the gun, that whole thing, you know. And he did his tour of duty in the South Pacific, and he came home and he told the truth. And he was a great leader, and I miss him. And there's millions and millions. There's hundreds and hundreds of thousands of stories of great everyday individuals who step up and live the truth and tell the truth, and are great parents and are great friends and they're great workers and they're great Americans. And there's unfortunately. Those people are dwindling. I don't know if we have enough of them. I honestly don't know.
They're called independent thinkers.
Yeah.
Independent thinkers.
That's right. And I say this all the time. You know, I drone on about it. But if the left can get people to be political, and that's what they've done, you wind up ignoring what is common sense and reasonable. and therefore self-evident. Common sense and reason, and what is self-evident is constitutional. That comes from the Judeo-Christian principles, and that's what's in our.
You can't mention that on the air.
That's what's in our founding, and that's why they're hated, because it is a Christian country. That's what it is. If you don't like it, you should leave. Many other countries are Christian. Some are Catholic. Some are Muslim. Some are Buddhist. Some are, whatever it might be. But everybody can exist. Everybody can have their country and have their beliefs the way they want, except us. We got to go to America and tear down America. And we finally got a president who's now going to use the media delivery system to do just that. And that's what he's done. That's what he's doing. I want to read something to you here, a little paragraph from Steve McCann's essay from the American Thinker, Obama's second-term transformation plans. This is just unbelievable. The overwhelming majority of Americans do not understand that Obama's first term was dedicated to putting in place executive powers to enable him and the administration, czars, to fulfill the campaign promise of transforming America in his second term, regardless of which political party controls the Congress. His most significant accomplishment of Obama's first term is to do what? Make Congress irrelevant. And he's doing it right now. That's exactly what he's doing. That's his business model. It's done. By the time he's reelected, should that terrible day come, if it should come, he's going to be in place to bypass Congress and go right to the whip and change this country fundamentally like you've never, ever thought it could be changed. We'll be right back.
PM show, Fred Dreyer returns on CRN Digital Talk Radio.